You hatch from an egg underground in a nest of over 500, but only a few are your kind and the rest are slaves. They don't look like you, they don't share your scent, but they feed you and raise you like you're one of them. Your larval body is soft and weak, you don't move and you don't eat on your own. Then a worker comes, she holds chewed up food in her mandibles, presses her face to yours and feeds you mouth to mouth. She does it again and again over a few weeks, and so do the others. They circle constantly, grooming your body, adjusting the walls of your cell, defending the chamber entrance from anything that isn't part of the colony. You grow quickly, your skin stretches, then it splits and you break free. You crawl out of the shell and stand for the first time. You're a fully grown slaver, and dozens of formica workers move around you. One of them walks past, turns slightly and feeds you again. Even now you wouldn't survive without them, because your species doesn't know any basic things that ants should be able to do, like finding food or raising your young, but you do know how to kill, and soon that's exactly what you're going to do. A few days later, one of the workers returns to the nest. She rushes through the tunnels, brushing past others as she reaches the central chamber. The moment she arrives, everything changes. You notice a certain smell on her, so you follow every slaver does. It's not a decision, it's what you were born for. She leads you out of the nest, moving quickly across the forest floor as the others fall into line. Behind her, up ahead, is a formica nest. You've never been here before, but it's not unfamiliar. The lead worker slows and releases a trail of pheromones, painting a chemical signal that spreads through the group. The others surge forward, forming a narrow column. You reach the entrance of the formica nest and you begin digging. The defenders are inside. You know they'll fight, but not yet. First, you widen the entrance, clearing the debris and making space for the rest of the group to pour in. The moment the path is open, the column breaks formation and floods into the nest, and you follow. Your species has raided for so long that your body already knows what to do. You push forward through the narrow corridors, stepping over panicked workers as they scatter away from you. Some try to resist. One lunges forward and sprays acid across your side, but it doesn't slow you down. Your shell is thick enough to ignore it. You keep moving ahead. A nursery chamber opens into view. The place is filled with larvae and pupa, packed into clusters. You lunge forward and grab a pupa between your mandibles. You turn and retreat through the same tunnel you entered from. Others are already ahead of you, carrying stolen brood in all directions. One slaver collapses as she's swarmed by defenders and dragged into the shadows. You don't stop. You make it out and race back toward your colony. By the time you arrive, the entrance is already crawling with returning workers. You drop the pupa into the nest and turn around, because this isn't over yet. You still have more to take. A few weeks pass and the stolen pupa begin to hatch. They look like formica, they move like formica, but they don't act like formica, because the first thing they smell is your colony, and so they think that they are a part of your species. As soon as they are able to walk, they clean the chambers. They feed you directly from their mouths. They patrol the tunnels and guard the queen. They were stolen to serve. They don't know they were taken, but they follow you anyway. One morning, a small group forms near the tunnel entrance. A slaver worker releases a trail and starts to move. You follow her along with a group of slaves. The trail leads through the forest and straight back to the place you stole them from, the same formica nest. It's weaker and smaller now, but not empty. The survivors have been trying to rebuild, but you won't allow them to. You reach the entrance and tear it open. Formica workers rush to block you, but this time they don't just face you, they face their own sisters. The first slave breaks rank. She lunges forward and sinks her mandibles into a defender's throat. Another follows in seconds. The tunnel becomes a swarm. Bodies collapse around you, limbs folding, legs twisting. The nest is too small to escape and too tight to retreat. You push deeper through the carnage, then you find her at the back of the chamber. The formica queen is trying to flee. She stumbles over a scattered brood, dragging herself toward a narrow side tunnel, but she never makes it. Two slaves reach her first. They climb onto her back, gripping her sides as their mandibles dig into her soft joints. She thrashes as they bite her body open, but the movement stops. Eventually you stand beside the body for a moment, then you turn around. The nest is quiet now. There's no one left to fight, so you return home while the slaves follow. A few weeks later, the nursery begins to empty. Larvae go missing. Some are found crushed and half buried beneath the wall. Plaster others vanish before anyone sees them again. You patrol the inner chambers, walking past slaves tending to food, stores, and repairing damaged surfaces. Then near the edge of a narrow tunnel, you spot a worker standing alone. Her mandibles are pressed to the wall, but she's not fixing it, she's tearing it apart. She chips once more and loosens a small section of hardened pulp. You strike from behind, your jaws pierce her abdomen and crush her against the ground. Her legs curl inward and she doesn't move again. You keep walking inside the brood chamber. You spot another. She's hunched above a slaver larvae already biting through its side. The larvae twitches weakly. The slave lifts her head and moves to the next one. You rush forward and grab her. She thrashes legs, kicking hard across your chest. You slam her into the chamber floor and split her apart. A sharp click echoes from the tunnel behind you. More movement follows. 3 slaves enter from the side chamber and sprint toward you with jaws open. One leaps. You twist, catch her midair, and throw her against the wall. Another slaver arrives, then 2 more. They crash into the group, scattering the rebels across the floor. You catch one under her body and drag her backwards. A second one strikes your flank but is intercepted by another slaver worker. The brood chamber floods with bodies. Acid sprays across your face as one of them lands a hit, but the sting fades quickly. You grab the nearest attacker and pin her to the ground. Then you crush her throat and move to the next. Eventually the movement slows. Half of the slaves are gone. Their bodies lie broken beneath the nursery wall. You step over what's left of them and return to the tunnel. The rebellion ends where it started at 1 month old. Your colony is smaller. The larvae are hungry. The walls are cracked and there aren't enough slaves to fix it, so you gather what workers remain and prepare another raid. The scout leads you out, early releasing a weak trail that fades faster than usual. You follow anyway. The forest is quiet, but the scent she's left behind cuts straight through the damp air and leads you toward a nest built deeper into the ground. You don't know the colony, but it smells like formica. You reach the entrance and start to dig. The opening resists, packed tight with soya and debris. You clear it quickly. Then the slavers rush forward and pour inside, but this time the defenders don't run. They're already waiting in formation. This isn't the formica you're used to. This is formica rue for the redwood ant, nearly twice your size and bred for combat. The first impact hits before you even reach the nursery. One of them slams into a worker beside you and crushes her mid-stride. You strike back, but she doesn't flinch. Her mandibles shear through your front leg and keep going. The tunnel narrows, but they keep coming. Another wave presses through your column, begins to collapse. The slavers break formation and the retreat begins, but there's no space to turn. Bodies block the exit. You see another worker pulled under by 3 defenders, her shell cracking open as they tear her apart. You force your way through the chaos, pushing past collapsed brood and fallen allies. By the time you reach daylight, most of your column is gone. 3/4 of the raiding force never make it back. As time passes, your colony is getting desperate, so the queen leaves the chamber. She's never done that before. She walks through the tunnels, her antenna twitching. You and a small group of slavers fall in around her, forming a loose escort as she pushes toward the exit. The trail leads to another formica nest. Not for you've raided it before. This time the queen enters with you as the fighting starts. She breaks from the group and slips down a side tunnel. The defenders are busy. They don't see her pass. You keep fighting while she disappears into the dark. At the back of the nest she finds what she came for. The form queen is still alive, surrounded by brood, flanked by guards, but it doesn't matter. The slaver queen lunges forward and clamps down on her throat. The form workers scatter. She doesn't stop until the body is still. Then she licks the corpse and smears the queen's scent across her own body. By the time the workers return, she smells right, so they don't question it. They accept her and the nest is hers now. But not every queen uses an escort. Some raid alone. They crawl into a nest and release chemicals so strong they trigger panic. The defenders drop their brood and flee through the tunnels, and while the chaos unfolds, the queen finds the royal chamber and kills the formica queen herself. If there's more than one, she must find them all, because if even one queen survives, the nest rejects her. But if they're all dead, then the scent is hers, and so is the colony. Skip forward a few weeks and the air in the nest changes. The workers stop working. The tunnels feel different. Something is about to happen. Then they hatch the Males, you see them crawling out of their cells one by one. Their bodies are thinner than yours, their antennas are longer, their legs shake slightly as they walk. The workers bring them food once, just enough to keep them moving. Then the males walk toward the surface and leave. They don't come back above ground. Hundreds of them scatter into the air, searching for queens. Some find them, but most of them don't. Birds catch them. Mid-flight, spiders take them from the grass. The rest fall somewhere and never get up again. You watch one of them rise through the entrance. His wings flick once and then he's gone. He has no scent worth remembering, no purpose but mating. If he finds a queen, he'll grip her from behind, hold steady for a few seconds, and then drop. His job is over. He won't be fed or protected. He dies the same day he's born, and no one in the colony cares. A few days pass. The males are gone. The colony is quiet again. Then the wall breaks. It happens fast. A crack along the edge of the southern chamber, then a second breach near the entrance. You rush forward with the others, but what's coming through isn't Formica. It's another slaver species. It's Formica sanguina, and this time they're not here to defend a nest. They're here to take one. Your sisters collapse around you. You grip one of the attackers and drag her into the dirt, slicing open her shell before she can react. But another slams into your side and another tears your back leg loose. You back away, limping, your vision shaking as the colony folds around you. The queen is already gone. She escaped when the fighting began. You retreat through the old tunnels, dragging yourself toward the far exit, but then you stop. The path is blocked. A group of your slaves stand in the passage. They don't let you pass. One of them steps forward and bares her mandibles. You pause, then try to push through, but they strike first. One latches onto your side, another goes for your head. You fight back, twisting, tearing one of them free, but the rest pull you down. Your shell splits, your legs fold, and the last thing you see is the colony collapsing behind you, not from the outside but from within. Life as a slaver, it might be rough, but there's another animal out there that has it way worse. Trust me, it's wild. Check out the video and see for yourself.